I have followed George to England. I haven't heard from him since his arrival in York. That's not like him at all. I'm really worried. There's something in my bag, but the usual items carried by any woman, and a phone number.
I'm really confused with the inclusion of York Airport, and that's mainly because there is no airport in York. I get that they are trying to portray a fictional version of York, but still, the closest airports to York would probably be Leeds and maybe Manchester. Anyway, let's just move on.
I've had an aversion towards boxes for some time now. No idea why.
George mentioned something similar, and I guess that is a reference to Broken Sword 3.
I don't want to know what's inside. What am I supposed to say? Damn, it's locked. Jimmy McClough?
Who is speaking, please?
My name is Nicole Collard. I'm a TV journalist with the French channel Canal 1. We were thinking about airing an extensive portrait of you, which would include an interview. After all, you're one of the most renowned historians of our time.
It sounds really tempting, but I think I'm going to have to turn you down.
That would be a great pity. We're one of the most successful channels in Europe. Our ratings are very high, which would guarantee that your portrait would find a great audience. You would be able to tell generations of people about your views on some of the most historic events. I mean, you're one of the very few allowed to oversee the preparations for the first moon landing. You were able to follow Armstrong, Aldrin, and the others during their training for the mission. It would be a shame if the public were denied these unique insights.
I must admit that you've done your research well.
Thanks.
Under the circumstances, I'd be happy to meet you here at my house sometime.
This may sound a little forward, but how about conducting the interview today?
Today, you TV people move awfully quickly, don't you?
That's our trademark.
Very well then. I will be at my house at 2 o'clock. For reasons of security, I can't tell you my address over the phone, but you can meet me secretary at the History Museum. She's leading a tour for a group of children there. I'll phone her and tell her you're coming. She'll bring you here. I'm sorry that I have to make it this complicated, but there really is no other way. There have been attempts to assassinate me. It seems as if I don't only have friends. I'll wait for you till 2 o'clock. That's in 20 minutes. If you're not there by that time, we'll have to postpone our meeting by about 3 weeks, because I'm going on a 3-week business trip today.
Attention, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Derek Stevenson. I'm with the York Police Force. There has recently been an unpleasant increase in theft of luggage at this airport. That's why we are carrying out a routine search. Please stay calm. There's no need to panic. But apart from the airport staff, nobody will be permitted to leave the premises while the search is underway. This should take no longer than 40 minutes. My colleague will give you all further instructions. We apologise for the inconvenience and thank you for your patience.
Damn, I have to be at McClough's house in 20 minutes.
That is rather implausible. I can't understand why McClough doesn't get his secretary to call us to arrange things. Now we have 20 minutes to get from the airport into York and then back out wherever McClough lives.
He looks pretty embittered and stern.
This entrance is for staff only. Stop, you can't go in there. This entrance is for staff only. I must see your ID card.
Well, I left it inside the room. May I fetch it?
Section 4, paragraph 3 of operational guidelines clearly states no access to sealed areas for unauthorised persons.
Maybe you could fetch my bag for me.
Well, not really, but I suppose I could make an exception. What does it look like?
Well, there are small hearts on its left side, spelling out, I love you.
One moment, please. I'm afraid your bag is not in this room.
And you really can't let me in?
Section 4, paragraph 3 of...
Okay, I understand. Have a nice day.
I'm trying to be as positive as I can be with this game, but it does have a lot of issues. And I'm trying to hold my tongue with some things. I mean, there is a lot to actually admire about this game, but the writing and the puzzles are a little bit out there.
From BBC to CNN, there's the full range of worldwide news TV. George would like this. He likes news. I think about ripping one of the screens out of the wall as a present for George, but reluctantly decide otherwise. There's another of those stuffy watchmen.
Wait a minute. Only airport and flight personnel are allowed to leave the complex.
Don't I look like one of them?
That's beside the point, miss. May I see your ID, please? You know, regulations.
There's a slight problem with that. My husband mislaid my handbag this morning, and I couldn't find it anywhere. And now I'm unidentifiable, so to speak.
Sorry, miss, but without an identity card, I can't let you leave the premises.
Okay, I understand. I have to be at McClough's house in 20 minutes.
Okie dokie.
Nice couple. They seem familiar somehow. Excuse me?
Yes. Oh, Miss Collard.
Do we know each other?
I met you and George in Quaramone about 4 years ago. George was in prison, and you were going to a meeting with General Graciento. Do you remember?
I do now. But I don't remember your name.
Dwayne Henderson. I was there shopping with my enchanting wife, Pearl.
Ah, oui. Monsieur Henderson. Nice to see you again after such a long time.
How are you doing?
So. I'm looking for George. Ah, George! How is he? I'm afraid I don't know. I haven't heard of him in a few days now. That's how men are. Sometimes they need some distance from us women. He'll call you back, honey. That's not really George's style.
Well, George does behave a little strange occasionally.
There are some conflicting reports, and that is mainly that George has mentioned that it has been 6 years since the, previous game, and there's been a couple of occasions where it's been mentioned that there has been 4 years since the previous events.
What brings you to York?
Pearl and I are here on a stopover. On our way to Morocco. We want to have a look at some old ruins there. And as we're there anyway, we'd like to do a little shopping tour.
Here in York, we've already seen the traditional happiness fair. You traveled all this way to see a fair?
It's not just some fair. It's possibly the most important invention in entertainment in living memory. Apart from the TV, maybe.
Besides, the second biggest wheel in the world is here in York.
When we arrived, it was closed for repairs.
I'm sorry?
There's no need. We went on the water roller coaster twice instead.
Whee, that was fun.
Especially when you kept screaming into my ear all the time.
Don't be so prickly, Bumblebee. Oh, Bumblebee. May I ask you how long you and George have known each other?
Since we met in Syria. That was in 1994, I believe.
1996. In 94, we visited my grandparents in Canada.
Oh, yes. Terribly boring there. And all those strangely dressed policemen.
Mounties.
What?
Those policemen you're talking about are called Mounties.
Whatever. Those Mounties were constantly watching us and kept inquiring. Life isn't easy in Canada for an American tourist.
Those Mounties were just being nice and polite.
I don't think it's nice and polite to ask how I'm doing and where I'm going 3 times in a row. That's intrusive. That's what it is.
If you say so, honey. It's really interesting to listen to you, but unfortunately, I haven't got much time. Have you ever heard of a historian called Jimmy McClough? Oh yes, we were in his museum. The History Museum. That's the one, you know it? Not really, but I have an appointment with his secretary. After that, I'm going to meet Mr. McClough in person.
You are gonna meet Mr. McClough? The Jimmy McClough?
Yes, in about 20 minutes. If I don't make it in time, I'll miss my chance and I'll have to wait 3 weeks. But with this search going on, I can't get out of the building. That's a disaster. You don't get to meet Jimmy McClough every day.
If we can help you in any way, just let us know.
Okay, thanks. What makes this fair so special?
It's simplicity. There aren't so many attractions there. But these few are just marvelous.
Well, I've never been a fan of fairs. You're missing out. You didn't by any chance see George at the fair, did you? No, I don't think so. Did we, Dwayne?
Don't think so. Sorry.
Well, thanks anyway. Could you do me a favor? Yes? Could you somehow distract that watchman over there? That police officer? Exactly. Do you want to get into that room? It's my only chance to get out of the building before my 20 minutes are up. Okay, we'll help you. Excuse me, sir.
What can I do for you, ma'am?
May we take a photo with you? You don't see a real British policeman every day. Especially when you come from America.
It's an honour, ma'am. But you know, we have a policy.
To hell with your policy. Someone's staff uniform is hanging there. I assume that I'm talking about a woman here. Unless it's a man who wears a skirt to work.
Maybe. Who knows?
The uniform appears to be my size. Such things tend to happen every time things start to get interesting. A pity, isn't it? Damn, it doesn't fit. I've got one of those in Paris, only mine looks better. I'll need that one soon. This towel is unused, which is quite remarkable considering a 9-hour working day. 9 hours and no shower. Ugh!
What kind of place does she work where there is a shower involved?
Might be useful sometime. What am I supposed to say?
Although, technically she does work from home?
Damn, the watchman must have locked the door.
Wait, he locked the door after we went in and while he was posing for a photograph.
Me again.
Yes, please.
Here's my ID.
Is that really you in the photograph?
Of course it's me. Who else should be on my ID?
Okay, miss.
Mrs.
Sorry, Mrs.
Mrs. Wanda Kirsch.
Okay, that's the name on this ID card. So you can't have stolen it.
If you only knew.
Pardon?
Nothing.
Surely the ID card has a photo.
He's busy taking photos. Excuse me, can you tell me what all this commotion is about? I have to get into that museum.
Don't we all?
Maybe, but it's different with me.
Yeah, me too.
Is the Prime Minister paying a visit?
There'd be less of a fuss then, wouldn't there? Haiku McEwen is visiting the museum.
I don't know him.
Well, he's the reason you can't get in.
And when does he arrive, this Haiku
McEwen.
All right, Haiku McEwen. When does he arrive?
He's scheduled to arrive at 3 o'clock, but it may take longer.
Is there another way into the museum?
Not a legal one.
Okay, thanks for your help, if you can call it that.
A pleasure, if you can call it that.
Wow, Nico, he was actually helpful. There was no need to be rude.
Ugh, there's a puddle in front of the window. My poor shoes. I hate puddles. Damn, the dirt on my shoes has alerted a watchman.
What? The watchman noticed the mud on the floor, but not her climbing through a window. And apparently, a towel in a puddle works. So yeah, he sees us climbing through a window, but says nothing about it. He's more concerned about mud on the floor. And this window is very out of place from where we climbed in. Anyway.
No entry for unauthorized persons.
Okay, but we are already here.
That must be Mr. McClough's assistant. I expected her to look different. Are you Mr. McClough's assistant?
Who wants to know?
My name is Nicole Collard.
Oh, right. The journalist. We should hurry or we'll be late.
Okay.
This is Mr. McClough's estate. I think you can find your own way from here. I have to leave you here. My group of children are waiting.
Thanks a lot.
It's been a pleasure. Goodbye and good luck with your interview.
I take a look at my watch and I notice that I'm 5 minutes late. What am I to do?
5 minutes is still pretty impressive considering the circumstances. And did the secretary really abandon a bunch of kids?
This window leads to the basement. I can hear voices from down there.
Nico, down here!
Georges?
Live and in color.
Each time we get separated, I find you behind bars.
I guess it's just bad luck.
What happens this time?
I'll tell you later. First, meet an old acquaintance.
Mademoiselle Calade, good to see you again.
You evil, deceitful idiot! I thought you were dead!
Nico, calm down and get us out of here first.
Us? You don't expect me to get this murderer out of here, do you?
Yes, I do. Come on, I'll explain everything later.
There's a screwdriver. Georges would know what to do with it.
Wow. Is this game implying that Nico does not know how to use a screwdriver?
What am I supposed to say? It's a hose pipe. I might need it later. There are skid marks on the ground, and they're recent. It's not been here for long. When I was young, I used to watch Western movies with my father. The crooks usually get out of jail by using a horse and a lasso to pull the bars out of the wall. Maybe it works in real life too. This could work.
Let's get out of here. I think they're coming.